Thanks for tuning in, guys. It's the Pest and Lawn Ginja, and today we continue our journey on my multi-part series of leveling my lawn. Just a brief recap. Last week we went through, we aerated the lawn, we mowed the lawn, we put down a soil conditioner, and we put down the Propeat Fertilizer to force some growth. Now, we did all this in preparation so we could put this fine cyclone sand that's screened at 1.1 millimeter on my lawn. Now, the sand serves a couple of purposes. Number one, it fills in the divots. And number two, it's going to increase my drainage or increase the porosity of my clay. Now, this is going to act as a preventive measure of funguses and also help get the water deeper into the soil. Now, I spent some time and I put most of the sand in at about 1/2 inch to 1 inch thick, but some areas were about 1 inch to 2 inches thick. And a lot of my neighbors, they thought I was crazy and they just figured I was killing the lawn for some reason and they weren't sure of the process. Now, as a friendly reminder, all the tools that I use are in the description of the video in case you want to copy exactly what I'm doing. Now, if you guys have divots or ruts that are 1 inch or less, or you're just looking to smooth out the lawn, this is the perfect video for you. All right, guys, believe it or not, it's day 3, not day 2. Yesterday was only supposed to have a 30% chance of rain, which in our area, that means it's not going to rain. Well, guess what? It did. And it dumped for about 5 minutes. Caused a lot of issues because right afterwards, apparently my kids couldn't help themselves and started running all over my sand. And it went from being very fluffy to very compact. So I wouldn't say we have a few extra steps. I'm just going to have to take some extra care to it. Right now, we're going to start off by using the Levelawn, getting all this sand back to where it needs to be. And I'm really optimistic that this isn't going to set me back much because I've got some other fun tools. Stay tuned. Now, the first time I put sand down and I went this thick, I thought to myself, man, what did I get myself into? I may have just killed my lawn. But the Levelawn is the dark horse. It's the winner of the situation. It massages the sand in all the pits and the ruts, but it also massages it through the grass blades and gets a lot of the grass to stand itself back upward. Now, this is a very important reason why you should do a short mow. It makes it much easier for the Levelawn to massage the sand through the blades of the grass. Now, you want to take a little bit of time with the Levelawn. You just want to let it do its job. It's going to put sand in the low areas and it's going to take sand off of the areas that are a little bit higher than the areas next to it. Now, you're going to want to do it several times. If you want to go north to south and east to west, go ahead and do it. You're also going to have to use your brain a little bit and just kind of look and see if you have any high spots versus low spots. Now, please remember, there's a reason why golf courses do this a couple of times a year. It's because it's very difficult to get things smooth and right the first time. So if you're going to be getting into this process, just keep reminding yourself that it's not going to be perfect the first time. Well, I'm just one man trying to save the world one lawn at a time. And dare I say, proof's in the pudding, guys. Color spectrum, the Propeat is pushing really, really well. Color-wise, it's super dark, and a little bit of it could be a little bit of an optical illusion with the white sand against the green grass, but I'll take it. I had some severe leveling issues through this whole section, so it's gonna push through. I know it looks a little scary right now. Trust me, guys, we've still got a lot more to go, but again, one man. I've got one job, and that's to save my lawn. Make this world green again. It's been about 5 days since my last confession, and here we are. It's time to get this lawn going. The grass is growing pretty vigorously. I really wish it wasn't taking me this long to do the project, but I started 6 days ago, got about 3 days of work in it. Let's go ahead and take a look at the grass, show you where I'm at. Well, the grass is growing pretty good. I've got about 1/2 inch of topical growth, but when we get on top of it, you'll see what's going on. We have all of these pits. Now, if you're in the same situation I am, we've got a couple of options, but we need to massage all of this back into the grass. Otherwise, we're gonna start killing some of the lawn. Now, is that big of a deal? Well, it can be, especially in these areas that are a little bit thicker, a little bit more dense, and we need to address it. Now, this presented me with an awesome opportunity to get my Allett or Allett mower out. I bought all those separate attachments so I could utilize it for these. I don't even think there is a brush attachment video out there, so I'm gonna show you. We're gonna start using the brush to massage this into the lawn. I'm really excited to see how this is gonna work, but first, let's get rid of that 6-rail cartridge. Let's get down to the brush and let's get rolling. Now the brush cartridge is super exciting. Now the one thing about the brush cartridge is how do you use it? Well, you want to keep the level of the brush the same level at which we've been maintaining the height of the grass. Now on my first pass with the brush, I'm anticipating I'm gonna get a ton of sand up. What it's gonna do is it's gonna even the plane and really uproot the sand that is lumpy. So first impressions of the brush. I started at a 3, which is about an inch. And I worked my way down to about 3/4 of an inch. And I said, you know what? I'm really not pushing the debris. I'm not pushing the sand as much as I like. So I just put it all the way down to the S, which stands for Scarifier. It's the lowest setting on the mower. And then finally, I started getting results. Now, the Ginja, go big or go home, right? Be the Joneses. I put probably 3 times the recommended rate of sand along this fence line. Now I did that on purpose because it's so much lower. I mean, look at this area over here. Probably got a 3-inch gap, so I'm trying to bridge that. So I didn't anticipate a lot of this coming out. But if we get close here and we really get into the lawn, you'll see that we have a lot of fluorescent green color, which it's fighting through the sand. It's a little stressed out. It's not exactly ideal what we want, but I pushed it about an inch. And I'm really happy because it's gonna survive. And I've got a lot of the grass pushing through now. You can see the broom is kind of nice because it just sweeps along, creates a little bit of striping action, makes me happy, makes everybody else happy. But when we get back on top of the lawn, it's still pitted, just not quite as bad. So we're seeing results. So I'm gonna continue doing the same thing to the backyard. One of the lessons I'm learning about the brush is this is one of these applications that I'm going to be doing consistently throughout the week or every other week or monthly, depending on my needs. It really just helps smooth the sand top. So if we get out here, start roughhousing, we get a little bit of lumps, I can take the brush and smooth those lumps out, which makes it a convenient tool to have. Now, had I gotten on the brush even 3 days ago, this would have been a whole different story. It would have looked a lot better because I've got a lot of it where the kids have just literally stomped it and trampled it, where it's not going to pull back up on its own. And this brush is the softest thing I can do. Now, if I want to get a little bit more aggressive, I can take my Sunshow dethatcher, the Scarifier power rake that's on the Allett, and I could run it through here. But I'm seeing so many signs of improvement. I'm just going to let it do its thing. We're just going to keep mowing and growing. Now this go around, I feel like the lawn is in much better shape than it was last year. And I'm keeping a low profile cut on the lawn for a couple of reasons. The main reason is so that I can get the brush in here and get the sand to flatten. Now for those of you who don't have a brush to kind of slide this around or don't have a Levelawn, but you do have a Sunshow dethatcher and Scarifier, you can use the dethatcher and Scarifier to really level this out, and you could do that a time or two a week if you had to. Now the other reason why I'm mowing low is to get the grass, instead of growing upward, it's going to grow lateral. And so I'm going to continually mow this thing 3 to 4 times a week to make sure that I push that lateral growth as best as I can. Now color-wise, that Propeat's really pushing. I'm actually really happy with it. I am going to start introducing some additional iron treatments to supplement the color just a little bit. The growth is right where I want it to be. I know a lot of you guys at home are saying, hey Ginja, this is crazy. I can't believe that you did this. Well, guess what? A little bit of pain in the springtime to beat the Joneses, it's fantastic. And if you guys could get on my lawn, take your shoes off, it feels like a beach with grass coming through it. But if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, hit me up below. You know I'd love to help you guys out. Until next time, guys, the Pest and Lawn Ginja, we're slaying. All right, boys, best trick, one at a time. Let's see it. Nice, love it. Okay,
Rake.